Our satsang kids Harish and Rithwik are going to do a short Katha. This Katha will be followed by other programs. So,
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। कलये सुन्दराकारं सदैकप्रियदर्शनं अज्ञाननाशकं देवं शत्रुमुरलीधरं मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिशनमोहनं यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं प्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं परं सुखमुखामृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्मुहुरसिकः भुवि भावुकाः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नामसङ्कीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणमो दुःखसमानाः तं नमामि हरिं परम्। With the boundless grace of our Guru Maharaj, we have gathered today in this satsang, and we too are going to present a Katha, one of our Guru Maharaj's kirtans. In this kirtan, our Guru Maharaj explains various Bhagavatas with their versatile quality. Let us start by listening to that kirtan first. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami, Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Santatam, Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Dhruvarajam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Tapasirkim. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Vaidalosharahitam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Vairajam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Bhakta Ajamina Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Antima Smaranam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Bhagavata Prahladam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Vishwasam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Bhagavata Gajendram Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Prapannalanam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Sarvabhauma Bharyam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Tyaga Buddham. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Sadhu Ambarisham Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Vinayam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Bhagya Gopi Janan Aham Namami Tehi Me Bhavatam Premarasam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Utsaha Uddhavam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Dasya Bhaktam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Muralidharam Aham Namami Tehi Me Tava Darshanam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Unnadha Guru Mandalam Bhajami Santatam. Unnadha Guru Mandalam bhajami. Now let us see the brief meaning of each verse. The first verse is about Dhruva. Dhruva Rajam aham namami dehi me tava tapasiddham Unnadha guru Mandalam bhajami. There was a king and he had two wives. One of his wives had a son and the other one didn't. So she grew jealous and persuaded the king to send her into exile. So young Dhruva was brought up in the forest, and when he was around 5 years old, he went to see his father because he's never seen him before. So when he went to the king's palace, the king just ignored him and told him to go to the forest and do penance. On the way back to the forest, he meets Narada and gets his blessings. So this young boy Dhruva is doing penance and he's only eating berries every day. Then for the next couple of months, he's only eating dry leaves. Then after that, he only drinks water every day. Then after that, he eats nothing. He only eats air. So goddess Lakshmi sees this from heaven and she gets worried about Dhruva. So she tells Vishnu to go down and give him darshan. So Vishnu goes down, and meanwhile Dhruva is meditating, and when he's meditating, he always has a picture of Vishnu in his mind. This day, the picture of Vishnu suddenly disappears. When he opens his eyes, he sees the real Vishnu and gets very, very happy. And Vishnu blesses him, and Dhruva goes on to become a king and then a star. So the moral of the story is that the path of penance will always lead one to lotus feet of God. The second verse is about Bharata. Dvaita dosha rahitam Bharatam namami Dehi me tava vairagyam Unnadha guru mandalam bhajami. Bharata was a sage and he lived in a forest. So one day a hunter is hunting a female deer who's pregnant, and out of fear she gives birth to a baby deer and then the mother dies. So Bharata comes upon this beautiful baby deer and he grows very attached to it. So his praises to the Lord grows little day by day, and he concentrates more on the deer. So right when he's about to die, on his last breath, he's still thinking about the deer. So in his next life, he's born as a deer. And then after that, he's reborn again as Jata Bharata to continue what he finished in his first birth, and he attains the lotus feet of God. So the moral of the story is that focus towards your goals will always lead you to attain Him.
The third verse is about Ajamilan. This how it goes. Bhakta Ajamilan aham namami Kehi me tava antima smaranam Unnadha guru mandalam bhajami. One day there was a man named Ajamilan. He always did sins. He also had a lot of children. His youngest child, his name is Narayana. Narayana was Ajamilan's favorite child, and Ajamilan grew really attached to Narayana. Ajamilan, when he was really old, about the age of 90, he got really sick. On his last breath, he called out Narayana. He was so sick he couldn't even say Narayana. All he could say was Narana. He called out Narana while Narayana was playing outside. One of Narayana's friends said, Narayana, your father is calling you. You should go check on him. Narayana just said, he always shouts silly things. Let him be. Meanwhile, Ajamilan was dead. Because he did a lot of sins, the assistant from Yama came down to take his soul. But on Ajamilan's last breath, he said, Narayana, that's also Vishnu's name. So the assistants from Vaikuntha came to take Ajamilan. The both assistants had a long debate. The one from Yama said, he did a lot of sins, so we must take his soul to Yama. The one from Vaikuntha said, it doesn't matter if he did a lot of sins, but he said our Lord's name, so we have to take him to Vaikuntha. After this debate, the assistants from Myanmar finally agreed, and the people from Vaikunta took Ajamalan. Because Ajamalan said the Lord's name on his last breath, he attained the lotus feet. He gained God's lotus feet. The fourth verse is about Prahlada. This is how it goes. Bhagavata Prahladam aham namami tehi me tava vishwasam Unnadha Guru Mandalam bhajami. There was an evil king named Hiranyakashipu. One day, he went to the mountains doing penance. He was doing penance for years and years, and he finally attained a boon. The boon was he wouldn't die inside or outside, day or night, or by man or beast. Meanwhile, Prahlada was in his mom's womb. One day, Narada came to their house. Narada started telling Prahlada's mom about the glories of Vishnu. From inside his mother's womb, Prahlada started listening to Narada. That day and from on, he became really attached to Vishnu. When he was born, he started singing the praises of Vishnu. One day, Hiranyakashipu got really annoyed because Prahlada was always saying praising Vishnu. One day, Hiranyakashipu said, Prahlada, do you think he must be Vishnu in that pillar? Prahlada said, God is everywhere, so Vishnu must be in that pillar. At that moment, Hiranyakashipu went and kicked the pillar. Just then, Narasimha jumped out of the pillar and took Hiranyakashipu right in front of the house. So half of Hiranyakashipu was inside, half of him, and the other half was outside. So he's not inside or outside. The day it wasn't evening or it wasn't day or night. It was evening. And Narasimha isn't a man or a beast. He's a half man and a half lion. So just then, Narasimha killed Hiranyakashipu. The moral of the story is that always have faith in